What's up, everybody, and welcome to The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Something that I've wanted to do for a very long time was introduce The Binding of Isaac to my channel with the original game. You know, I stream it a lot, and I've been wanting to make videos. I actually have, way back when, a couple of uploaded Isaac runs from my stream. But, you know, I didn't really stick with it because it was kind of on the stream and it felt weird. But this is my first Isaac run directly for my YouTube channel. And, yeah, I think now would be the time to start because the game is relatively new. I've been wanting to introduce it to my channel since it's come out, since I've heard it's come out. And, we're gonna do that right now. So, welcome. And if you've never heard of this game before, you know, don't worry, because I'm definitely going to be explaining as we go the steps of learning the game, getting better at it, and yeah. So file 1 is my, my main file. That's what I streamed on. I did my 24-hour marathon from, and I have about 135 hours already, and I think what has been 2 weeks since it's been out. I believe it came out on the 4th. Today's the 20th. So, in 20 days, I've accumulated about 135 hours. But we're going to start on file 2, which is a brand new file. And we're just going to roll with it. You can see here, we only have Isaac unlocked. Everybody else, we have to do certain things to unlock them. Those will just come with time. And, as they happen, we'll move on to new characters, and, yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I'm also gonna play on normal mode, which is the huge change of pace for me, but the way I see it, this is episode 1. A lot of people who are watching this may have never even played Isaac before, and hopefully I will be convincing you to get the game and play with me, because I adore this game. I think it's well worth the extremely low price. And, yeah, we'll move on to hard mode later down the line. So let's start a run-up and see what we got. So first things first, you'll see a couple things going on. You could use an Xbox 360 controller, probably a PS4 controller. I've never used it. Oh, no, of course you could use a PS4 controller, because you could actually get the game on PlayStation. But, yeah, I mean, WASD to move, arrows to shoot. I've mapped my keys. You could remap your keys, but, shift to plant a bomb, I believe it's Q. And then E to use an item, which I rebinded back to Q. But we'll explain that as time goes on. The controls are something that, you'll learn on your own, and it'll be good. But yeah, we're playing as Isaac. We start as 3 red hearts. And if this is like the basic introduction to Isaac and you've never played before, if you run out of those hearts, you're dead. And there's different kinds of hearts. I'll explain them as we, as we go. So first thing you'll see here is this golden door. That's an item room. And our first item is a question mark because, and I'll show you, we have Curse of the Blind. Curse of the Blind makes it so you can't see the items that you're picking up. Either way, we're picking it up, and then hopefully it's good. So we got Cricket's Head. Cricket's Head is a straight up damage upgrade, and if I pause it, you could actually see my stats. The first one represents my speed. The little arrows under it is my shot speed, which right now is at like a standard. It can get faster, it can get slower. The sword is my damage, and Cricket's Head is a pretty decent damage upgrade, which is always nice to have early on. The little arrow to the top right stat, that would be my range, which is fair. And if you're running forward and you shoot, it goes not a lot farther, but a noticeable distance. I believe you're running backwards. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but either way, our range is not bad. I believe that next one is like a knockback. I'm gonna be honest. 135 hours. I'm not entirely sure which one that is, but I'm sure every single time I say that I don't remember something, I'm not an encyclopedia. I'm pretty good. I know what most things do. But I know there's gonna be like, how did you not know what that is, you fucking idiot? And then the last one is luck, which honestly, I believe just increases, like, how often things drop in the room. Like that. Especially on normal mode. In normal mode, things drop a lot more often than in hard mode. And I'm so used to hard mode that, I don't know. Seeing this is like Christmas. And we're at full health, so this doesn't do anything for us. Also, we just killed our first little dude. I didn't even go over him. But yeah, a big part of Isaac is really just learning how things move and interact with you. Like enemies, learning how to dodge enemies, learning what enemies can do to you, what they're capable of, is a huge part of improving your Isaac game. So, oh my, and then we have a champion here. Now the champions vary between color. This green little guy leaves what I like to call a creep on the floor. And that was a pill we just popped and it was a range upgrade, which is nice. Now, pills will not always be good, but, and especially in this game, my luck with pills has been pretty terrible. What you'll see in these is, in these little rock formations, we could blow them up if we wanted to. I do have a bomb. But those are batteries, and I have no use for batteries. Also, these locked doors need keys, something that we do not have. You can see under our hearts, you know, we have our little resource page of things, what we have. We have, you know, 1 penny, 1 bomb, and 0 keys. Now, back here, there was another door, and one of them will be a shop, and I'll explain the shop once we get into it at some point. We don't have the money for the shop, so, you know, you usually want to go into a shop with 15 cents, 15 or more, maybe 5 if you need, like health, because usually there'll be health. It's not guaranteed. But one of these, since there's 2 of them, one of them is going to be a library. A library could have a book in it, which is a use item, which again, after we come into contact with the first one, I'll explain in better detail. Or they could have tarot cards, and, you know, again, all of these things we'll go over in time. But yeah, we don't have any keys, so it doesn't matter. Okay. And, immediately, I get to show you guys what a tinted rock is. Now, if you could see me standing here, right, you see this little formation of rocks, all these. One of them is different. And you just kind of have to develop, like, a keen eye for things like this. I'm also going to do something that might pay off, and I'll explain why I'm planting the bomb, like, right here, I want to say? Right there. So, that's the tinted rock. We blew it up. It gave a golden chest. The reason why I put it right here is because the secret room could have been here. And again, once we come into contact with the secret room for the first time, I'll explain more. You know, but we have this key. I could open this up. You know, these golden chests do require keys to open. I would like to get lucky and find a library, but, you know, we don't know which one the library is. This one could be the library or the shop, and then we could walk in, and then it's the shop, and then we could be like, well, damn, I wasted my key. But you know what? Why not? Alright, it was the shop. So, this is the shop. We have, again, Curse of the Blind. So, whatever 15-cent item this is, I don't even know what it is. And here's a donation machine. And a donation machine is a new addition to Rebirth. As opposed to in the vanilla game where the shop was kind of the same thing every time. But the more we throw into this donation machine, and I don't know exactly what the cap is, because even on my original save, I'm not done yet. I kind of did almost everything else first, and I was like, I'll worry about the donation machine later. But eventually, you know, we'll have more options to, you know, buy different things. You know, it'll never be cheaper. Sometimes you can get lucky, and the main item in here could be 7 cents. Like, something could be discounted. But, you know, that's RNG, which is random number generation. And one of the biggest reasons why I love this game so much is because of its RNG. Because they're, you know, all of these things, I think the term for it is procedurally generated. Which is, you know, it rips from a pool of different possibilities, and it's basically one giant, you know, roll of a number determining what could possibly happen in each run, you know, and each run should be unique. Which brings me again, when I'll pause it, you can see this top left, you know, this APVY AFH9, and I'm sure for people that, you know, are familiar with the game and are watching this first episode, they're like, why didn't you share the seed? Well, this is, you know, my episode 0. Episode 0 is kind of just going over the basics of everything. And I mean, if you want the seed, I'll write it in the beginning if, you know, you want to play with me. But hopefully you're also starting a save with me as well. You know, for people who are coming back, want to know which seed I'm playing on. And what that actually means with the seed is I give you the seed, you could, you know, type it on in, and then you could play this run with me. Now, if you have more items unlocked, you know, there's hundreds of items that we haven't unlocked yet. You might get different items than me, but you'll get the same map layout. So, you know, this exact map is what you'll see. These enemies are what you will fight. And, you know, whoever's in this boss room is who you will fight. Now, this is a tarot card. And there's a bunch of these. This one is the world card. The world card will reveal the map for me. We'll save it. You know, like maybe we'll need it a little bit later. Unfortunately, I don't have any bombs. I can't get to this nickel. But yeah, this is kind of like a standard first floor. And, you know, I'm taking my sweet time with it. I want to explain everything as best as I can. I want to cover everything at least once. And our first boss is Monstro, which is fine by me. Now again, learning these bosses just takes, you know, time and just knowing what they're capable of. You know, knowing what their tells are. Like, he's just jumping around. But you see when he does that, you know, I know to dodge up or to dodge away from him. Because, you know, he's charging for a big shot. And I'm trying to not take damage. So there you go. That was a flawless fight. He dropped some hearts that we don't need, and whatever this is, I'm sure we'll be happy with it. And it was just an HP upgrade, and that's fine. And yeah, that's kind of the first floor. You know, I could have gotten to a library, but, you know, we didn't know which one the library was. And we ended up in the shop. I don't have any bombs or keys. And we're just gonna go. Look at that. So, the game will end at a specific boss, and you'll be like, well, wow, that was it? Well, no. There is a lot more to unlock, a lot more bosses to fight. But, you know, it doesn't kind of throw you right into the shit, and it's like, go! And then, you know, you just get obliterated by things. You know, it kind of ushers you in a little bit. So that's nice. Okay. So, oh my god. Having that damage upgrade, by the way, is just... oh, it's just sublime. Also, get another key. Now, something that I didn't have to go over on the first floor was the item room actually requires a key after the first floor. So, you know, we'll be looking for our item room now. And, you know, we're gonna have to spend our key on that, which is fine. You know, we don't have money for the shop anyway. All this health is dropping. We don't need it. And there it is. So that's nice. Yeah, guys, if you enjoy this series, if you want me to do more, you know, I'm not very keen at this. I don't do it often, but just leave a like. If you like the video, it's effortless and it's, you know, it's very, very much appreciated. And we got, you know, these two little dudes kind of 69ing here. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember. I'm so bad with the zodiac signs. Now, before I pick it up... nah, I'm not even gonna guess because you guys are gonna laugh at me, so I'm gonna pick it up. Cancer. It's an HP upgrade. Or, I'm sorry. It's 3 spirit hearts. And I believe it said you feel protected, which means when we take damage, we have a chance of generating a shield for ourselves. I can never remember the 69 one being cancer. I gotta remember that now. But yeah, the zodiac signs I'm usually not good with. But, you know, where do these blue hearts now? These are brand new. But those are called spirit hearts. So you see all these red hearts on the floor. And if we took damage with those red hearts, you know, we'd be able to replenish with these. Spirit hearts work a little bit more different, whereas if I get hit, I will lose, you know, that heart, and it will not be replenished. The only way to replenish it, you know, is just by picking up more. But they're not permanent containers, you know? They're just kind of like loaned health. So that was another Tinted Rock. Oh, and I just unlocked Lazarus. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember how. Maybe having 4 spirit hearts at once? So that's another new character that we'll get to play with. And I believe if I don't take any damage on this floor, we'll unlock another character. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of the things and a lot of the unlocks Also, aren't these guys adorable? Like, I don't know how you can make shit adorable, but those happy little shits are adorable. I mean, there's nothing else to say. Look at them. They're so happy. He's in a kind of a bad spot, so if you can get the hell out of there, there you go. But yeah, I just love them so much. And this is a rainbow poop, and I'm not gonna need it this floor, but what it does is restore all of your red hearts. But I love the chime. It's gorgeous. Yee-hoo! I can't say no to that. What are you, nuts? And yeah, we'll just go fight our boss. We don't have... There's another tinted rock right meow that we could probably reach by planting a bomb right here. And you know what? Maybe the shop? There you go. That's a battery. I don't have a use for it. But look at that. Maybe this will pay out. Get some spirit hearts. Maybe we'll just make our money back. 2 keys. So 5 cents and a... What? 5 cents and a key? And a bomb. For 2 keys. Alright, that's fine. And funny enough, a lot of people complain about fighting Dingle. I love this boss. His tells are pretty easy once you learn them. You know, he kind of squishes his head down. And he... Oh, alright, now this is when he charges. And usually that's a lot easier to do when there's poop on the floor. But this is just an empty room. But look at that, he's fine. Easy boss. No problem. Monstrous Tooth unlocked. Basement Boy achieved, which was not taking any damage. And we got Mom's Coin Purse, and that drops 4 little pills. And 2 range upgrades is fine. And what is this? And 2 tears upgrades, Jesus. So, people sometimes get confused with, you know, tears and damage. Tears up is how fast we shoot. You know, our damage hasn't improved, but our DPS has improved. And this is a deal with the Devil Room. Oh my. What a nice little start, right? Alright, so those are troll bombs. Now, deals with the devil, you can trade your hard-earned, you know, heart containers, which I will, for items. Now, that was the Mark, which is a damage upgrade. I want to say it's a speed upgrade, too, but I feel like it would say it. Although I do feel faster. And this is a staple. This is just, you know, a lot of people who watch my stream, they know. They know that I'm a Spirit of the Night guy. Spirit of the Night is a phenomenal item and grants us spectral tears, which allows us to shoot through these rocks, and flying. And flying, especially in this game, more so than in the first game, is extraordinarily important and very useful. And now that we're at 1 red heart, I didn't explain it earlier, this room will only open if you are at 1 red heart, or, you know, 0 red hearts, or like nothing but spirit hearts or something. But now we have been granted access, and that gives us piercing shots. Now, not always. In the first game, these rooms always gave you an item. Now it's different. You could get a bunch of different things. But, you know, these skull ones that require 1 red heart, you're going to fight 2 bosses in them. And I will happily fight two bosses for piercing shots. You know, it's pretty good. Helps clear out the next boss in this, which you will see, because he has like a segmented body. That was another Monstro. He got dunked. So this is Larry Jr. Now all these body parts are separate, so I could shoot right through them with piercing shots and just kind of tear him to pieces. And that's just, oh, beautiful. So this is a pretty good start to a run, if you ask me. This would be a pretty damn good start. You know, we traded a lot of hearts to make it happen, but you know, we have a lot of spirit hearts backing us up. If I didn't have those spirit hearts, I probably would have just taken Spirit of the Night and left the Mark, since our damage is, you know, fine as it is, but we can definitely get away with taking both there and be happy with it. So we'll move on. And it works in, like, by 2s. So we were in the basement. Oh, and I just unlocked Samson. I believe that was for not taking damage during those first 2 floors. So that was the basement, and now we've moved on to the caves, and, you know, we'll find newer enemies. You know, we haven't seen this guy, although I believe he could be on basement as well. And we have the Empress, which will grant us a damage upgrade for 1 room. So this will reveal the map, and this will, you know, grant us, I believe, 2 more damage for a room. I don't really remember. Again, I'm not an encyclopedia, although I'm closing in on becoming an encyclopedia. because I love this game and I would, you know, like to know everything about it. So these guys are fine. There's 3 versions of that guy. One of them shoots in like a triple pattern, like a 1, 2, 3 kind of thing, and they can go fuck themselves. But those guys aren't so bad. So we'll save the world card. We'll come pick it up later, and we'll use the Empress on the boss. And this is my first beautiful example of why having flying is awesome. Also, Spectral Tears is making this a pain, but having flying allows us to get these golden poops, which usually yield money. If this has... Okay, there you go. A lot of money. So now we'll definitely go to our shop on this floor. And what do we got? These guys again, no problem. Especially, like, they can't even hit us in this position because, you know, they don't have piercing shots, and we do. Another reason why Spirit of the Night is just amazing. Another reason why flying is amazing is because this room would usually be a pain in the ass, which is now completely fine because we could just fly. Ugh. You will not touch me. Now, these are actually one of my least favorite enemies in the game because they just provoke waiting, you know? There's, like, difficulty, and then there's, like, artificial difficulty from just waiting. So I just have to wait for those guys to reveal themselves. Until then, you know, kind of have to, you know, play with ourselves and just kind of wait. Alright, let's see. Got a key, got some bombs. I'm looking for my shop. What's this? Alright, so the one with the swords on top, you need to have full health for. Or at least, like, if we had, like, 3 red heart containers, and 2 of them were empty, and we didn't have the spirit hearts, we couldn't go in. But if we had 2 spirit hearts to make up for the 2 red hearts that were missing, we'd be allowed access. So, I'll open one. It has pills in it. The reason why I'm not opening more is because I'll just finish this first. You know, there could be spiders in these red chests. There could be a lot of things in these red chests. They're kind of, I don't know, if you wanted to associate it, maybe they're evil chests, you know, the red ones. Like, the gray ones are your standard, which, I don't even know if we've seen any gray ones yet. But then the golden ones usually yield better items because, you know, they require a key. And then the red ones could have pills in it, which is more tears up, and a bad trip, which is our first bad pill, which dealt damage to us, which is kind of annoying. I believe, other than the deals with the devil, that was the first damage I've taken. So that sucks. Oh, that's a troll bomb. Yeah. And then sometimes they could have items. Ooh. And that teleported us to our deal with the devil. That is another possibility. So I'm gonna do it. You will not die if you run out of red hearts, as long as you have spirit hearts and now these black hearts to back you up. And what are these black hearts? Well, for people who watch my stream, everybody take a shot, because that was one of the most asked questions ever during my marathon. Other than, you know, Anthony, why are you so goddamn gorgeous? But you know, that's besides the point. The black hearts, if you lose a black heart in a room, it will deal damage to all the enemies in the room. Which, in the first game, if you've played the first, not this one, and it would be the same effect as like the Necronomicon, which just dealt damage to everything in the room. Now this is Zombie Baby. I'm gonna be honest. I like Zombie Baby, especially, ooh, and I unlocked Azazel, which I believe is for taking 2 deals with the devil. That one I remember. In 2 separate deals with the devil, we took items from both. Now, we're out of red hearts, so now we're gonna have to pay a lot of attention, you know, to not taking damage. But what this Zombie Baby does is, only one at a time, he will generate this attack fly, this little blue fly, that'll find enemies and just kind of suicide into them. And, the reason why I took it is because these flies scale with your damage. Our damage happens to be pretty damn good. They scale with our damage, they do 1.5 times our damage. So these flies will be putting in work for us. They'll be doing pretty good. And you can only spawn 1 at a time, which is fine. Like, Zombie Baby could be amazing, but that would be kind of broken, because you would just stand in a room and generate a bunch. Also, that's a tinted rock. Ooh, and we found our secret room, which is incredibly lucky. Or our super secret room. So I'll crack this. And you know what? Our health is lacking, but I'm not going to skip any items. That's Bob's Brain. Bob's Brain is a giant explosive that shoots when you do. and then, like, it goes on a cooldown if it hits. You just gotta, I don't know, people complain about this item saying, oh, I'm gonna take damage. Oh, well, this is a super secret room, by the way, which, I may as well explain on how to find, because, you know, we got lucky and found one. Super secret rooms could also yield different things. This is not the only type of super secret room, but this one just has a bunch of red hearts in it. So if you look at the map here, right, this super secret room will be adjacent to a single room. It will not be adjacent to more than one room, ever. So, for example, you see this big room, and then that little square in the middle between the, you know, little, what was it, like the gauntlet room, where we fought all those guys for the red chest, and then this room, where we have, oh, the guy that I was talking about who can go fuck himself. So the super secret room would never be between these. Now the secret room is different. The secret room will be adjacent, usually, to the room that's adjacent to the most. You know what I mean? And the only exception is if your road is like blocked by for some reason. I don't know if that's 100% proven, but you see how there's a rock here? That usually signifies that the secret room will not be here. So, or here. See, because there's like a crevice here. So, the secret room would not be in those two little directions. There's Bob's brain putting in work. Now, I like Bob's brain. You know, you just, as long as there's something not in your face, you'll be fine. Bob's brain will put in work. And it's a decent little damage spike. And it scales with your bomb upgrades. You know, there's different bomb upgrades that we haven't found any yet, but if we do, you know, that could work. So I'm going to take a complete shot in the dark here, and I'm going to give a good guess that our secret room is right here. And I'm a goddamn genius. Oh, excuse me, phone. I don't know if you guys heard that. Gotta shut that up. There we go. Secret room could, again, contain a bunch of different things. That one contained money. If we're bomb for 9 cents, I'm down for that. So before we go fight our boss... Oh, we still haven't even seen our item room yet, or our shop. And we have plenty of keys, plenty of resources. That's the bean. And you know what? I'll toot on command. What's the bean do? It's a spacebar item. Which is nice. It allows us to fart. And I believe it... Yeah, that's a once per room thing. It poisons enemies. And then our shop has, I believe, BOGO bombs. Which I think is if we picked up a bomb, it would count as like 2 bombs, or from now on, it only drops 2 at a time. Yeah, I'm not, with Bob's brain, I think I'm okay. I think I'll pass on that. But what we will do is donate a little bit. Something that oh, and the donation machine broke. Which, for the rest of the run, the donation machine will remain jammed. It's just kind of like, you know, if you have 99 cents... which is the cap on money, you can't just be like, well, and then just throw it all into the donation machine. It eventually will break. So I guess, yeah, we'll buy the BOGO bombs. Why not? It doesn't give us anything immediately, which is meh. And I believe it won't give us 2. I think it, from now on, yeah. It's just when bombs drop, they will drop in 2s. So, meh. But it's fine. And the reason why you want to put money into the donation machine is because that's how you upgrade your shops. But yeah, that's about it. We'll just fight our boss now, who's a mega fatty. Oh! And that's the fastest attack that he has, which is usually scary. But we'll be fine. We have the speed. He does a little suck-in move, but we managed to outrun it. And there you go. And I didn't even use my Empress on that. Totally forgot to. Also, we got a speed upgrade, I believe, in the form of that that drop was the pill, and it gave us a pill. And we've been in here, right? Yeah. So would I rather have the World card or the Empress card? I'll save the Empress card. We'll be fine. And that's it's another standard floor. Easy peasy. And you can actually blow these mushrooms up, and sometimes they will have items. So this is going to be my genius move of the century, and there's gonna be an item in here. Alright, just kidding. But, you know, if there's like a cluster of mushrooms, I will usually spend a bomb to look for items, because it could be really good. Now, this is a double key room. Double key ones are kind of different, because they could have a bunch of different things in them. But we have the keys, so I'll spend it. And I got a bunch of shit. Thanks. So you know what? I'll go through the effort, and I'll break all of this shit. So we traded 2 keys for 2 cents. It's pretty worth it if you ask me. Alright, oh, there's Bogo Bombs paying out immediately. Yeah, something that I don't think I had been doing during the beginning of this episode. I don't remember too many opportunities to, but, you know, shoot the poop. The poop could always have a spirit heart in it. It could have money in it. That's magic fingers. Is that better than the bean? Like, probably. So what does it do? You spend a 1 penny, and you damage everything in the room. It's pretty not bad if you have a bunch of money that you don't need. I want to fart on something. There you go. 1 time per room, you get to fart on everything. It's a dream come true for a lot of people. That's like, I'm sure at least like several people, like, that's their fetish. I can easily see that being a thing. I'm pretty sure there's a fetish for everything. I'm sure maybe getting farted on might be a bigger fetish than farting on people, because that's just rude. I don't want either of those things. I don't want to be farted on. I don't want to fart on people. That's just gross. But in this game, I'm going to fart on people, because I think it's funny. Oh my god, that fart was insane. Could you imagine farting on something so hard it just died? Like, I don't know if you'd be proud or just embarrassed that you were so disgusting. Ugh! Oh man, I was trying to fart on all of them. That you were just so gross that a fart just ended a creature's life. It just died. That's another double key room. I don't think I've ever seen that. And you know, this is, again, I have like 135 hours on this game. On my, you know, on my first save. 2 double key rooms on 1 floor. Never seen that before. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember what the 4 does. Oh, didn't reroll anything in here. So, there's a 1 through 6. Ooh, the hero font is amazing. Gives us 2 spirit hearts. I believe, I'm gonna guess and say the 4 rerolls item pedestals. But what I have, like, in my head that I remember is 5 will reroll the room, or not the room, the floor. You know, we'll just pass out and then start at the beginning of a new floor. That would be Caves 2 again. 1 and 6 reroll, like, your items. I want to say that 1 rerolls just your items, and then 6 rerolls, like, everything. And we'll check out the shop, why not? Now, I could actually put bombs down and take money out of the donation machine, but, you know, we don't want to do that. We just started. And this little thing of cards, can't pick it up. But, I didn't mind going in and checking. But back to the die room. I know 1 and 6 reroll, like, your items that you're, like, I could change my build completely if it was a 1 or a 6. And then I think 2 rerolls whatever in the room. I don't know, man. But you know what? We got a 4, and it didn't do anything. It's a bad trip. And this is a trinket. This is the first trinket that we've run into. A Purple Heart, which is a challenge up. I want to say that Purple Heart increases our chances of having champions, which are, you know, like the different color enemies. Now in normal mode, this is good, because those different color, you know, the champions, they will always drop items for us, whereas on hard mode, you know, this item blows, you don't want more champions because they're not guaranteed to drop items. And that is, first off, disgusting. It kind of looks like a nasty tampon, but it is Eagle Eye, which is a Turdy Touch. So if we do take damage, if we run into an enemy, they will literally turn into poop. So, alright, I'll take it. No reason not to. These screaming little butthole guys, I'm not a fan of. What is that? Mysterious candy. I believe that just makes us poop randomly. We just kind of fart. So I'll keep Purple Heart. And a new pill, which is a range down. Which is fine. Our range is pretty okay, you know, considering we got like 3 range pills or something. So yeah, that's whatever. Now again, this is where flying comes in handy. Also, these red, like the red fires, they will shoot at you. And, I will never forget that, because, you know, I was doing a Lost run, and trust me, we will not worry about the Lost. Also, this is why I blow up mushrooms. What the hell just hit me? Oh, this mushroom blew up. Sometimes the mushrooms actually fart. We got too close and got farted on. But yeah, the mushrooms can contain... Well, full health doesn't do anything. And speed down kind of blows, but we just gotta speed up and range up, so that's fine. But yeah, those red fires are notorious, and I will hate them forever, because I was playing a character which you guys will not have to worry about for a long time, called The Lost, and if you take a single heart of damage, or any damage, if you take any damage, you die. And I had a item called Sacred Heart, which is very, very good. And I got hit by a red fire, of all things. You know, like, I'm dodging these giant enemies trying to kill me, and then I get pooped on by a fire. Feels pretty bad. Also, a little chubby. And damage upgrade. Our damage is sick. Deals with the devil. Now, if we don't have any red hearts, these deals turn into Spirit Heart deals. Now, I'm probably going to pass on all these. Alright, well, let's get something sturdy. Book of Belial, damage upgrade, spacebar item. Really good. Goathead guarantees more deals with the devil. But I'm going to be honest, our loadout is pretty good. And the contract from below, I believe, just increases our drop rate for stuff. Or maybe when things drop, we get double, like, guaranteed. I'm going to be honest, though. Our current loadout is pretty damn good. And I don't want to trade hearts for more deals with the devil, because I'm in a pretty okay spot. So I'm just going to go and be completely okay with that. Sounds pretty good. But, yeah. I feel like I had something that I was talking about. Totally dismissed it. Also, this is another reason why piercing shots is amazing. Because those guys don't take damage from the front, but we shoot right through them. Now, when you're flying, these little spiky rooms... Also, you can squeeze one bomb in there. There you go. For a full health, which, again, does nothing since it's kind of a red heart thing. We can take only half heart of damage flying in there, because flying in, you don't take damage, and then flying out, you do, no matter what. But yeah, we're doing pretty good, I think. I think we're in a pretty okay spot. Now, I'd like Bob's brain to, yep, go off, because we can blow up these skulls. And the skulls could sometimes have, just like the mushrooms, items in it. Or tarot cards, or black hearts, or enemies, to make me feel like an asshole. But, whatever. Now, these rooms, just a spike in the middle. You can see on the map it's kind of different. It's like a spike thing. You could step on it, and sometimes you will get an item payout. Not an item, like a chest or something. I'm gonna tell you right now, it is, like, never worth it. Unless you are, like... Alright, say I had, like, 12 hearts, and there's, like, drops all over the room, or, like, all over the floor, and we're about to leave. You can say, sure, you know, I have nothing else to do with this health, so why not? That would be the only time that I ever mess with that room. Also, we haven't been farting on things. There you go. Oh, alright, and that was Bob's brain. Finally, biting me in the ass and telling me, see, you could take damage from Bob's brain. You're not a god. But that's PhD. That's really nice. That makes all of our pills good. Bombs are key. You know what? I'm gonna pop it right now and have 9 keys. Pretty. Oh, it also identifies your pills, like, immediately, so you don't have to guess anymore. But that guaranteed that our pills were gonna be good. And for the rest of the game, all of our pills, even that bad trip pill, will become something different. Plus, we have BOGO bombs, so I don't mind trading my bombs at all. And that's Broken Watch. And Broken Watch is the shit. And hopefully we can run into 15 cents, so I can buy it. And so we are just tearing things apart. And I'm gonna go back up before we fight the boss. And I have a feeling I know where the the secret room is. Again, I explained before, you know, it's usually whatever the most adjacent, which seems to be like this, but let me get like a full sweep of the place. Alright, so it could still be here. And, alright, it's probably gonna be here. And I was an asshole and wrong. Now, these fires will actually shoot at you, but sometimes they have a chance of having a spirit heart in them. So I'll blow them up. There you go. And we have enough money, so that's sweet. But yeah, see, the secret room? I'm not a god at this game. I could be wrong sometimes. Also, that champion he's intimidating. Won't that go invisible? And you know what? Sure, we have a bunch of keys. Oh boy. These guys are intimidating. I mean, would you want a giant laser vagina shooting at you? No. It's pretty goddamn scary if you ask me. I mean, a lot of things in the grand scheme of things are pretty goddamn terrifying when you think about it. Also, this could also be our secret room. The one to the right. I'm just getting a sweep of the place so I know. And it still seems like this is probably the secret room. Alright. And we fought greed, which is fine, you know? It's more money. And a fork, which would restore red hearts. It's kind of like lifesteal. I'm going to continue with my purple heart. I think we're doing just fine with it. And I think that's the entire floor, so we're gonna buy that broken stopwatch. And why did I want it so bad? Well, every time we walk into a room, we have a chance of it being in slow motion the entire time. That's pretty goddamn good, if you ask me. It's only a chance, it's not guaranteed. See, like, it didn't go off in here. But it's still pretty goddamn good. Now, Loki is an easy fight for us. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, everything's probably an easy fight for us at this point. Oh, Squeezy's amazing. That's more tears, so we're shooting even faster. And 2 spirit hearts. And I think that's the whole floor. I think that's, yeah. So we'll just go. Now, for our first run of the game, we're gonna be fighting, the last boss, which, you know, I won't spoil it. I will not spoil it. But... oh, alright. So you hear the music? That means broken stopwatch is going on. So I'll crack this, and now look. Everything's in slow-mo for them. They're basically, fucked. These guys don't stand a chance. Okay, he still kind of stands a chance. Monstro 2 is, you know... you don't goof. Oh! But we're doing just fine. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, alright. But yeah, that's broken stopwatch, putting in work. Now, we have flying, so we don't need to spend anything to get that golden poop. But these little locks, they require keys. But yeah, this run is like pretty darn good. You know, you gotta take what you get and work with it. These little beggar boys, sure. They can pay out at any time. They can reward you with item pedestals. They can just give you more stuff. Since the donation machine is busted, I don't care too much about spending money. That's the devil card. Now, the devil card's also a damage upgrade. I don't know which one's better. I believe the devil card is the equivalent of like a Book of Belial, which is like 2 damage up. And then I think the Empress is like a damage up and a speed up, because it's like the Whore of Babylon effect, which you guys haven't seen. Also, that's a health upgrade. Why not? But I guess we'll stick with the devil and just raw power it. Our speed's pretty good as it is. Our item room contains Taurus. A Taurus is a speed downgrade. Our speed's pretty good. And I'll explain to you why I'm going to take it. Because it says Rage is building. What does that do? Well, when we're in a room with enemies... you know, we start to gain more speed as we go. I don't know if as we move around, but as we go, and then eventually we gain this funky little ability where, you know, we're going disco mode. Think of like Mario games where, you know, you're invulnerable. I basically picked up a gold star in Mario. It makes me move faster, it makes me invulnerable, and if we walk into stuff, we deal damage to it. So, and that's only once per room. Also, that guy. It's kind of scary if you don't have flying. We have flying. Nope. Alright, now those skulls are invulnerable until you kill everything else in the room. That's kind of their purpose. What? Didn't have an item in it. Oh my god. So we can't donate more. And again, this kind of contributes to donating is very important. Because sometimes your shops in the beginning could be garbo. That's a tinted rock, by the way. See that little X? You gotta just develop a keen eye for these things. We're full health. Well, damn it. But yeah, donating is important. You want your shops to actually contain things. And you know what? I think we're gonna go fight our boss. We already had the item room. We already had the shop. We got a good card for it. We're fighting Mama. So I'm gonna pop my card. And we're gonna just whoop her ass. Especially with these spectral tears, when she summons things. You know, to hurt her, you need to shoot that foot. Oh, vulnerable. Rawr. But you have to shoot the foot, or you have to shoot these little orifices that reveal themselves.
Isaac was cornered. His mother, fueled with the desire to serve her God, was bearing down on Isaac. I will do as I am told, my lord. I love you above all else, Isaac's mother repeated to herself. This was the end of the line for Isaac. His mother was far too strong for him. But just as he accepted his fate, God intervened, sending an angel down from above to stop his mother's hand. And just like that, it was over.
And we'll skip that. And we unlocked the womb. And the Purist Challenge. And the Harbingers. And the Cuba meat. And, yeah. That's that. That's the first run through of the game done. First episode. God, if I died on the first episode... Ugh, that'd have been awful. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed that, if you want more, please let me know. And leave a like. It helps a lot. If you haven't already, subscribe. Let me know. I want to do more of these. The game's only going to get harder. It's only going to get more entertaining. Eventually, way down in the line, I'll start taking, like, seed, what is it? Like, seed recommendations. You guys tell me a seed to play, and explain why. And, you know, maybe we could turn that into, like, challenge runs and things like that. I don't know if I'm going to mess with cheat engine. I don't think there is a cheat engine for this game yet. At least I hope there isn't. Because I don't want people breaking the game illegitimately and getting achievements for it. But either way, I would love to do more of these. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I could do an episode a day easily and be happy with that if I had the viewer base for it. You know, it would have to be it would have to be worth it. You know, time is an issue for me a lot of the time. Especially rendering these videos, since it is 60 frames per second. You know, the file sizes are pretty big too, but you know, it looks nice and it feels nice to be able to play this at 60 frames per second. Which, by the way, haven't dropped a single frame. This game is great at that. But thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you again.